Welcome back to another lesson. My name is Quincy Davis. If you're new, a special shout out to you for stopping by and giving my channel, this lesson, a chance. Hopefully you enjoy it so much you press that like button, subscribe, and leave comments. I always say it. I love hearing from you, everybody. That's including all y'all haters out there. I know you exist, and it's all good. I learn from you, and I actually respond to all of the comments. So I would love to hear from you. Let me know what you think of the lesson. All right, so this lesson is all about open drum solos. It's something that maybe you don't do all the time, but when you do have to do it, you better be prepared. It's kind of an uncomfortable position to be put in, especially if you're not used to doing it. So I'm going to show you how to play an exciting, right? We don't want to just play a normal drum solo. We want it to be exciting, fun, interesting, compelling, all those things. So I'm going to be showing you how to play an exciting open drum solo in this lesson. And more specifically, I'm going to be giving you and breaking down 10 keys to great open drum solos. So if you guys are ready, those of you who know, then you know. If you're new, then you don't know what's about to happen. This is going to get crazy. This is going to get crazy. This is going to get crazy because I am ready to go. And if you guys are ready to go, then you need to let me know by saying what? Let's go! Yeah! You know what I'm trying to demonstrate? Key number 1, which is dynamics. Everyone say it with me. Dynamics. Yes. It's easy on the drums to play, of course, at the louder dynamics, but don't forget about the quieter dynamics. And in general, make sure you're using a wide range of dynamics to keep your open drum solo. I mean, any drum solo, but specific to this lesson, to keep your open drum solos sounding interesting and compelling and make the listener go, oh, whoa, oh, right? We want to have those kinds of effects on whoever's listening so that it doesn't get predictable and boring. We definitely don't want to play a boring and predictable open drum solo. So use dynamics and you will not be boring or predictable. You see what I was trying to demonstrate there? Key number 2, tension and release. Everyone do it with me. Tension and release. And that's really what music is about. That's one of the kind of an important element of music, especially jazz, is tension and release. Being able to create tension so that the listener has something to look forward to, knowing that you're hopefully going to give them a release, right? So that's what I was trying to demonstrate. You're doing something, and it's building tension, and then what's your release going to be? Obviously, it comes in many different forms, but that's what we want to try. So I'll try to demonstrate another tension and release, right? So if I'm playing something, if I'm playing... building tension. There's the release, right? So I chose to release on the cymbals. Cymbals are a very effective part of the kit to release because it creates a sustain, right? An elongated feeling of sound, I guess, that can create automatically create a sense of release. But make sure you're thinking about that. Tension, release. Maybe repeat something over and over and over and over, and then stop it in some way, shape, or form. Tension and release. All right, key number 3 to a great open drum solo is space. I created tension and release with space. You see how it's related now? So using space can be so effective, really. amidst playing this and that and this and that and this and that, and then suddenly you have space. Wow, that can be very powerful. So don't forget about that. Let me try it. Space. Hey, by the way, before we continue, I want to make sure you know about a few things. I am offering lessons this summer. I don't have a lot of slots open, but as of the making of this video, I do have several spots open. So the link will be down below for that. If you're interested in a good jazz stick, this is it. This is a great stick. It's my signature stick. I've been using it for a long time. A lot of drummers like it. It's great for jazz because it's slimmer. Yes, it's nylon tip, which helps the feel. I love the way it feels. So the link will be down below for that. Also, I have lots of play-alongs and all kinds of things in my digital download store, so you definitely want to check that out. All right, back to the lesson. All right, key number 4 is phrasing and structure, right? Paying attention to the phrasing and the structure. You might not think about structure when you're playing an open drum solo, but you can create the structure. Obviously, it doesn't have to be created in a rigid manner that maybe we're used to in music because you're creating it on the spot. So if I go like this, right? By the way, also, just because it's an open drum solo doesn't mean it has to be devoid of rhythm or groove. You can go into different grooves, different rhythms at different times. So that's exactly what I did. Right? Maybe that's my thing. Oh, now you're starting to see the relationship. Now I'm building off of that idea. I'm creating structure as a result. Right? It's also a theme. Yes, it's a motif. But what if I go like this? Okay? Now, what if I come back to that now? A variation. And then, whatever, play something here. Then I come back to this. You see how I'm creating? There's a few things happening. I've got a motif that I'm kind of using as a way of developing my solo, right? We're going to come back to the idea of developing. But the structure that I've created is play something here, play something there, and then play something here, play something here, then play something there. And those are the types of things that audiences can recognize and really appreciate. Again, it's not about flash. It's not about chops. It's not about all the things that maybe many of you think it's about. It's really about connecting, and I'm going to come back to that as well. But creating phrasing, which you just heard, and structure will really help your open drum solos sound much more musical and interesting. All right, key number 5 to great open drum solos. Just because we're playing open, right, doesn't mean we can't use our technical skills, right? Obviously, this is one that a lot of drummers focus on. They focus on their technique over some of the other things that I'm talking about. So it sounds very mechanical. Not that it can't be great when it sounds mechanical, but that's often where their focus is, on the technical aspect. But with that said, do not approach an open drum solo with lacking technique, okay? So all the technique that you use when you're playing in time and playing bebop solos and any kind of solo in time, make sure you're using that same technique. So right? So all that I just played is in time. Now what if I play out of time? You see? It's the same technique. And it's almost the same kind of sounds, same a lot of things. The only thing that's different is that it's out of time, not my technique. So keep your technical skills that you've labored so many years, right? Tom Carr, right? Joe War Booker. I know you guys are watching. Ned, Crazy Ned in Spain. I know you're watching too. Hey, don't throw your technique out the window because it counts even in an open drum solo. All right, key number 6 is development over time, right? Remember that thing I was playing? Then stuff here, stuff it. Doesn't even matter what I play. Now I'm going to get in. I'm going to do it again. And then now the key that will make this effective is how long am I willing to stay with that idea and develop that idea instead of getting away from it and doing something completely unrelated and moving on to the next idea so quickly. Hey, that's a great idea. I'm just playing whatever right now. As you can see, even if the rhythm is not that interesting or whatever, the idea of me developing this, what I'm working with and what I've created, is interesting, right? And that's what we're talking about. So don't be so impetuous in moving on from a idea that you've started, okay? Development, patience of developing your ideas is very important. All right, so this next one is really important. It is so important. It's probably the most important on here. This is, by the way, this list is not in order of importance. This is probably the most important one, though, and it's probably one you're not even thinking about. It's interaction with the audience. That's you, right? So when I'm playing in all my videos, I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about my audience, for better or for worse. Sometimes we think too much of the audience. But I think the key to playing for people is finding that balance of making sure you're playing for them, right? But you're not playing for them. You understand what I mean? You're playing for them, but you're not playing for them, if you get the difference. So you're going to play what you're playing. And if you want to interact actually by looking and smiling, the drums, there's a long history of drummers being showmen, right? And that's all about interacting with the drummer, with the audience. So it's a part of the history of the kit, of the drums. So if we're not tapping into that element, then we're actually denying a part of the drumming history that has brought us to where we are today. So I guess the word is drama. Can you say drama? Drama. Drama, right? So if I'm playing, right? I was playing a drum solo. Stay tuned. Make sure you watch all the way to the end because I'm actually going to post a live open drum solo that I recently took, where you'll actually see me shout out something in the middle of it that refers to a previous song that we played. And that's a very good example of what I'm talking about. Playing for the audience, knowing that they were going to get why I was shouting out and what I was shouting out. So it doesn't hurt to tap into that. As long as you're overdoing it, I think it's perfectly healthy. I mean, just check out Papa Joe Jones, right? Just check out check out Philly Joe Jones, right? And then again, they're not doing it. They're not placating to them. They're not only playing things that just that they want to hear or that they think that the audience wants to hear. But they're also not denying that interaction. Tootie Heath, so many great drummers, Roy Haynes, still doing it, right? So audience interaction does count. All right, so when I do this, right? When I'm doing that, I'm not thinking about the notes, even though obviously that's my kind of my vehicle for communicating. But it's a vehicle. It's a vehicle. It's not the main thing. The main thing is the expression and the emotion that I am playing with, right? If I'm not tapping into my emotion and the expression that I'm trying to convey, then I'm missing the whole point, and I'm not going to actually connect with who? My audience. So no matter how much or how little or how fast, how slow, you always want to be playing from your heart, playing with emotion. Don't get emotional, though, right? When you get emotional, you lose control. You want to play with emotion and passion, and make sure you're striving to express yourself in the deepest way possible so that your audience will feel, not just hear, but feel what you're playing and what you are doing. All right, and this next one is very important. Make sure you're aware of the room. And I know that seems maybe unimportant, but it actually is very important, because in a room, in the right room, if I go like this, that will have more or less of an effect based on the acoustics of the room, right? Or if I go like this, again, that will have more or less effect based on the acoustics of the room. Maybe that's way too loud for the room, right? And if a lot of my notes are at that dynamic, then it's going to make my drum solo less appealing, right? Some rooms are so nice that you don't have to play loud. You can play really quietly and softly and just create textures. And it's actually a lot more effective in certain rooms, right? Other rooms, maybe if you're playing outdoors, it requires more of the muscle, more of the bravado elements that we can kind of tap in when we're playing drums. So make sure you're considering where you're playing, and it will only enhance everything that you're doing on the kit. All right, and the last one, it's very obvious. It's so obvious, but I want to make sure that you all know that this is all improvised, right? This is improvisation on the highest level. And I think it's healthy to practice like this. It's completely free, no agenda, and to see how expressive you can be. Being free sometimes makes it harder to know exactly what to play. So maybe you plan something, or you have an agenda, or you're just like, okay, I'm going to try this. But it's better if you're able to be completely free so that you can pay attention and be in tune to all those things that I just talked about, the audience, the room, and make sure you're staying in the moment to develop exactly what you're doing as opposed to what you did yesterday in your practice room, right? So improvise, don't plan, okay? All right, so that is today's lesson on how to play a great open drum solo. And actually, as I said previously, I am going to now, I don't do a lot of this. I don't show a lot of my live footage of me playing, and I've gotten a lot of requests. Hey, you never post anything on Instagram or wherever of your live playing. So this is actually live footage of a gig I did a few days ago, of a open drum solo. And I think you're going to hear a lot of, if not all, these elements, these keys to a great open drum solo. And these are things that I actively try to think about as I'm playing. Not planned, but I'm thinking about all these different elements so that I can optimally engage. I don't know why I said it like that. Engage my audience, which I think I effectively did in this solo. I don't always do it, but in this one I did. So I hope you'll enjoy this footage of my live open drum solo. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Make sure you press that like button. Check out the links down below for all the stuff I'm offering. And until the next time, you know what to do. You know what to do. Practice hard, but practice smart. Take care. Bye-bye.